Right, what's up, Dragon Brood? I think I'm one of the last people to not play a Kithkin list, but I was going through and I found some first place finishers from some of the daily tournaments that had happened, and there was some typical stuff like Dimir, Midrange, and Sultai Reanimator, but I saw this Kithkin list and won one of them, and I was like, okay, let's see if this is any good. Also, that being said, I don't know how this deck would remotely beat Reanimator unless you just outrace it, which I guess is possible, but we'll find out today. We're going to start with Kinsbane Aspirant. I don't think this is a big surprise. It's a 2-1 for 1. It's just a solid all-around card, and it's easy to get out there. We're going to be playing a ton of Kithkin. We do have Seam Rip for some removal. Figure of Fable. This is another good one-drop that we could just grow over the course of the game. Kinskar Sentry. I don't know how this is going to work. I have another list where I'm messing around with this, and it's okay. So we'll see how it works in Kithkin specifically. Bristlebane Battler, this is just one you want to get early and get all those counters off it as fast as you can by playing other creatures. Eclipsed Kithkin, this one I like because it helps you dig a little bit, find the cards that you want, or find land that you're missing, which I think is also very good. Thoughtweft Lieutenant, whenever this creature or another Kithkin you control enters target, creature you control gets a +1/+1 against trample to end of turn. So, not a permanent +1, but it is good for just forcing through some things. Especially when you're playing Brigid, which can get you itself and another counter, or token, I should say, which is very good. Then we have a couple of Brigid's Command. Lots of good options here where you can either copy something, make another creature, give something +3/+3, or have something fight something else. So this can double as another removal spell for us. Of course, we have a couple of Champions of Klachen, which actually gives all your other Kithkin +1/+1, and then a couple of Elspeth Stormslayer, because if you can give all your stuff flying, or just make extra bodies, nothing wrong with that. Now, I would say you could possibly put a Johnny in this list, in this spot, so that's the only difference there it would be. So you'd be getting an actual Kithkin, which could trigger some things. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and split them 1 and 1, just for the courses of the video, and we can actually play more new cards and just get a feel for what everything looks like. So we'll try that out, and we'll see how that goes. Otherwise, no real surprises here, but y'all know the drill. I got to do the business and tell you, if you want to save money on Magic, check out our friends over at Tales of Adventure. It's TOAMagic.com, where you can use my code. It's Dragon. It's DRAGN. It'll save you 5% on whatever you buy, and you get to support your boy over here so we can keep making more videos, which is important because now I'm have an editor to work on those single card strategy videos. So hopefully you've watched a couple of those. Well, by now, maybe one, but there'll be another one in a couple of days. We're trying to get more content out for you. But either way, all that aside, let's go play with these Kithkin and see if they are deserving of their first place finish. You know, this is an interesting one. And this creature is, you know what? Let's keep it. I was just debating if we were going to figure a Fable turn 1, but I don't think we do. I think if we're going to do anything, let's go ahead and just do this. We'll hold a Kithkin. We'll just show them one of these because we're just going to play it next turn anyway. And then we'll wait till we can play the Fable and level it up at least once immediately and then go from there, I think. I'm going to assume that's our working game plan. Alright, that's 3. I mean, that being said, if we play 2 in a turn, we get to pump this twice. So, I mean, I don't know. What's your big benefit here? If I play this first, I could pump. Yeah, alright, let's do this. Give you a bonus. That gets an automatic bonus. Lots of triggers here. Give you a bonus. That gets an automatic bonus. Get in there for 9. Opponent is at 8. And let's see what they do. I mean, they could play the Sliver enchantment here, but I don't think we really fear that. Yeah, that'll do it. Also, a quick note. We put up a video the other day with the Changelings, the Shapeshifters. I think that deck was pretty medium anyway. I think I recommended a lot of people don't necessarily try to build it. But a lot of people said, why are you not playing this card? And in all my testing, these are the type of situations that happen, where you almost want this to be an actual physical body. Because when it's not a creature, you just end up having games like that where you're not doing much on turn 3. And then now, even if you get your best thing, you just lose. Right? That's what happened to me a lot. I'm assuming that's not going to happen for everybody, but that was my experience. So I'm just putting that in there so people had a question understand why I didn't play it. I mean, we have to mulligan this, right? You can't play 3 of those. That's wild. We'll keep this. Oh boy, are we? I mean, we'll get rid of one of these. Don't feel like we could. Oh, what I did? I need to play a plains there first. That was dumb. Well, if I lose this one, it'll be because I made a dumb turn 1 play. All right, a bat. Probably going to take Bridget's command, would be my thought. I was going to say, not taking that would be crazy. But we're going to put this on Kithkin. Going to go ahead and play this. Behold. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter what, but then we'll go here. Trigger our things. Get to put another Kithkin. Ooh, do we put Fable in hand? Actually, I'm going to take this. I just feel like there's just more value there. Especially with Battler already out and we have another land. I mean, they could always have another bat, I guess. That would suck, but if they do, they do. I mean, the opponent's playing with perfect information right now. They know what exactly is in our hand. I will put this on Kithkin and just play this just in case. Could have been a random thing that makes us pay 2 more to cast a spell or something. There's so many of those in Standard right now. Oh, what are they planning on doing here? Oh. Okay. I mean, I guess that's fair. We don't have a lot of things that's going to be able to counter, so sure. Go attacking. I mean, flash something in here, I imagine. Wan Shi Tong, you got it, I guess. Sure. All right. Well, this tells us they have something here, whether it's going to be sweep the board or whatever, right? They have a play. Or they wouldn't be bothering here. Try Seam Rip. Well, if we target anything, we're just going to target Wan Shi Tong. Because if it comes back as 0 and dies. Whereas if we remove the bat, they could technically remove this, have a blocker, blah, blah, blah. Alright, we're going to try to attack and see if this is enough. I mean, they have 5 mana and a bunch of cards. Feels like anything could still happen here. Yep, there's 3 life. Or 2 life, and you get to block. And a removal spell. They had it. I mean, like, what do you do? If you got it, you got it, I guess. Alright, that'll just have to be it, I suppose. Flitter Nuisance, which lets you counter a non-creature spell? Oh, it's just whenever creatures deal damage, you get to draw. Yeah, sure. Of course, Summon a Behold to Kithkin. Let's see how you feel about that. We've also drawn a lot of land for this deck. Alright, that'd be nice. We'll go attacking. I mean, it's either removal or a block. Yeah, it's like you're going to do one or the other here. Sure. I mean, they could remove the counter and draw cards here. I mean, that's real. Okay, they didn't, which means they like the cards that are in their hand. Sure, you have a flanker. Thing is, they also know what's in our hand too, so you know, nothing we can do about that. Oh, they left both on top. We've lost this game. That's the dirty secret. Anytime your opponent leaves both cards on top, it's bad for you. There's no way around that. And this looks like another get lost or some such. And the turn? Nope, they didn't have it. So there's something there. I don't know what something is. But I'm sure you left something on top that gets rid of our creature. Because why wouldn't you? Opponent's just going to let us have this? I don't understand. I'm going to attack. It's not worth us pumping because then they can respond. But if they target it, then we try to pump it. Or they try to even block or whatever. Yeah, so we just juice this. And now it has protections and we win. Okay, cool. I got to give credit to the opponent, though. Their deck was fighting. Like, I mean, it was removal, gain life, scry, kill something, get a blocker, flash this in, block something, scry, blah, blah. It was just like persistent, right? All while gaining life with the bat still being on the battlefield. So credit to the opponent. I mean, we kind of got lucky that the exact creature we got was a figure of Fable. Because if not, I think we could have still been in trouble there. Okay, we're going to keep it, but not love it. I mean, we probably get to play Johnny on 3, so that's not the worst. The problem here, now we have Bridget though. The issue here, realistically, is that we are looking at a situation where we don't necessarily want to play Champion of Klatchen because it undoes the mana we will have dedicated to the figure Fable and all that good stuff. Am I supposed to just Seam Rip here? Can't level that up if we do that. Let's put this on green, I guess. Even though I have all white cards, but whatever. Let's go ahead and just get rid of this. I don't think we need to risk it. I mean, I could just pay again. That'd be silly. Enduring Innocence. Well, we can't do much about that one. So, I think we just do this. And attack. They can block or not. Another Enduring Innocence. You know, that's a card still. And that's also a card. Guess what? You can have this, I'm pretty sure. Really, though? Okay. I mean, count me in, I guess. Not really how I was expecting that to go. We flip it. The backside just gives us mana, right? Yeah, let's pay. And then we'll do this. And then we can get white out of this. Oh, we only get one? Each other creature you control. I thought it was total creatures. Oh, no. Ah, that's bad. That's real bad. Oh, that sucks. I was thinking I was going to be able to play Johnny on this turn. Oh, no. Yeah, if we were going to do that, I should have just played the Kinscar Sentry on that turn instead. Oh, that's brutal. I mean, us not drawing land doesn't help our situation, but, you know, still worth noting. Okay, so we could get a 1/1. I don't even know what's worth doing here. We could tap it for 2, but 2 mana doesn't do anything after we play a Deuter. Decline. So if I play this, we'll still have 4 mana. Actually, no, this works out fine, actually. Let's Behold a Kithkin. Make it this guy. Alright. I mean, I guess the opponent has a removal or something. I don't really know. Why do I have to Behold the Kithkin? Oh, to this guy. I was like, I think I was just thinking in my head Exile, but Exile is Behold in this case. Sure, that's fine. I mean, we haven't drawn mana in so long. We should lose this one anyway, in all reality. Sure. Yeah, the opponent's just playing the game to just get us with interrupters and stuff here. So, like, yeah, we should be dead. That should be plenty. Alright, well, they gave us a small window here.
I can help you find your path.
Get rid of this, since it flies. Oh, and they have a protective spell? Wait. Huh? Oh, it deals 4 damage to it. Alright, cool. Well then, GG's. We're just going to give them a win. We can't do anything from here. They got us. I'm going to keep it just because we have the Eclipsed Kithkin and can possibly find some land to get out of trouble. But that's kind of the only reason we're keeping here. And I assume this creature will not live, if it even resolves, since this is a red-blue deck. Yeah. That was definitely the problem. One of the few things worthwhile that they could spell snare here. Put that on green. I'll go with Bridget first just to see. Okay, they don't have any more counters. They probably have spot removal here, but that's good to know before we try to run an Ajani out. Because I feel like if this ends up being some type of control pile, Ajani's obviously going to be the better choice. But we didn't know that at the moment. Yeah, we assume that's going to be a thing. Yep, don't mind that. That means, though, they're probably setting up to try to just draw 3 cards next turn. Nope, they got that down. I'm just going to play this. I'm going to put this into play tapped. On white. And then try to figure things out from there. Alright. I mean, did you find another counter? Nope. Alright, cool. Okay, then. So this was a situation where particularly having the Ajani made a difference so we could have both these out at the same time. And then making 4 tokens a turn. The other thing, too, about Lessons that's interesting is if you notice, their removal spells don't hit planeswalkers. They all only hit creatures. They don't even hit players. It's just creatures. So if you do stick a planeswalker or 2 and you're making multiple tokens a turn, that's actually pretty good against them. Then you're just worried about dealing with Monument at some point. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's try it. I'm just going to play this first and just take the 2 just in case, so I don't mess up not being able to play Seam Rip or something or whatever next turn. If we wanted to Seam Rip, this does not look like a Seam Rip type situation. So let's go... I guess it's better to play the Sentry and then we could get this for free, maybe. Alright. No guarantee. There's a bunch of good removal for it, which is why there is an argument to be made to play Bristlebane Battler. But nope, they're going to discard here. Oh, a Blood Gas goes to the yard. That's fun. Yeah, we're going to have to talk at the end of the video about the mana in the deck. That is the one spot where I'm not real happy with what I'm seeing. But let's go. Put you on the battlefield. Alright, opponent's at 14. In comes a Blood Gas, but Blood Gas can't block. So we don't hate that. Oh, Emmett Selch. That's fun. It's going to be a little bit of a pain to punch through. Not that we can't do it, but let's attack with just this. If they block, we pump. If they don't, then whatever. Okay, well, then I guess we do. I made that decision easy. Like Figure of Fable, just trying to be a one-creature wrecking crew. This is just when a thing enters, not even when we cast a thing, right? Yeah, we'll block. I mean, we get to first strike it. Alright, some free life. And Cavro copies Emmett Selch? Oh, yeah, that guy in the yard. I didn't even see that. Well, that's pretty good. But this is what I said. Like, we should lose to Reanimator, so I'll just give him the GGs and we'll move on. Ooh, sure. Let's do it. I'm going to play this on Kithkin. And I'm actually just going to play this, I think. Mostly because I feel like we're going to be spending our mana over the next couple turns. But yeah, this gets to be a problem when you have stuff like Bridget's Command that we're just not going to be able to cast for a minute. But we'll have to make it work one way or the other. Get in there for 3. Alright, nowhere to run. You got it. Alright, some real mana. Fantastic. As silly as this is, it's probably worth it to just Seam Rip their Nowhere to Run, because this is probably like a one of those decks where you're just going to bounce stuff constantly. Just make their life harder. Wouldn't mind drawing an untapped green source. Oh, it wasn't that. I mean, if so, it's weird because I've never seen one play that, so. Well, that's a nice pickup. Wasn't planning on that being a thing, so that's great. Play this duder. Get to pump our folks. And attack. I mean, Thoughtwife Lieutenant having trample does matter in these scenarios. So there's at least that. Sir Vondon, you got it. And Tolls of War. So you sacrifice something, you make a 1/1. Actually, you know what? This is a Kithkin spell, so I could use the land to cast this. Okay. So what are our options? We can create a token that's a copy of something, probably Lieutenant. We can make another 1/1. Or we can give something +3/+0. Or just fight something. All of these are relevant options. So if we copy this, that gets us 2 bonuses. Yeah, we'll just copy and fight. That just seems to be the obvious one, right? Create a token that's copy and just fight something. Yeah, Oh, then I have to choose something to fight and then target. Okay. Why was that so muffled, the sound on that? Okay, well, that worked out. I don't know if that was lethal. I just realized that. So this would have been, we'd have gotten a trigger from each of these, right? So we get 1, 2. And then this could have been a 4. They block 2, take 4, 5, 6. Actually, they wouldn't have been dead, I don't think. That's interesting. Oh, no, because this actually gets another +1. So we'd had exactly 7. Well, no, because they're blocking that one. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We ended up winning it, so we'll just take it. There's no way we can keep this. All 2 mana things in 1 mana, 1 land. This is obviously significantly better. Man, this is tough. This does have flash, which I have to remember sometimes. Alright. That's weird. I almost wanted to get rid of one of these, but I just couldn't force myself to do it. Hushwood Verge. If I want to play Figure of Fable first. I'm not sure I do. So I'm going to go here. When I see red blue, my first thought is like, is it another Lessons deck? Oh, nope. This could be a lot of things here. Let's play this and go digging for something. You know, I guess I don't know how much I want to commit to the battlefield. And if I get the Battler, I would have to keep playing things. And we're playing against what's probably some type of Jeskai Control. So it does make the situation a little bit difficult. Also, if you're wondering why I didn't play this sooner, it's because, like, if you think you're playing against a control deck, you don't have to reveal to them that you're actually playing Cavern of Souls, or that you have access to it. And this is just to pump the aspirant. But there's a real chance we're just going to get Day of Judgment this turn. And I would really be hoping to get an Ajani. That does not look like an Ajani. Alright, 3, 6. I mean, they have to have something here. I'm not going to assume they have no play. That just seems crazy. But we still got to try to attack here. Alright, we'll take you for later. There's going to be at least a Lightning Helix, right? A Lightning Helix on the one that's not attacking? Oh, I wonder if they're planning on split up here. Okay. I mean, that kind of makes sense. A little bit of a wild way to go about it, but, you know. But if all they have is split ups, let's find out. Nope. It's Day of Judgment time. Yep. Man, where are the Planeswalkers at? That's what we need right now. I'm just going to get this out of range of a burn spell here after the Lightning Helix. But I assume they have something else. Oh, no. They're just 3 steps ahead in here? Oh, unless they have, like, Get Lost, we win, right? Yeah, we just pumped the Fable. Wow, what a way to get there. Nice. There's really 2 interesting things here, right? Because we held the Fable, we were able to take advantage after the sweeper. But also, there's a little bit part of me where the opponent destroyed the non-attacking creature. That kind of signaled to us that they wanted to cast Split Up. So we could have made an argument for leaving one of our creatures back, even though we give up getting in an extra couple of points of damage, so that we have another creature to keep attacking with. So, I don't know. It's very interesting, though. The indicators were there, but we ended up getting around it anyway, so I guess it didn't matter. But I always think about that type of stuff. Let's keep it. Ugh, can we beat Hired Claws? Oh, not like this, we're not. Yeah, I don't know what we do here. I mean, because I have to assume they have like a removal spell. Yeah, I don't know what we're trying to set up here. The thing is, I'm just trying to figure out, like, at what point do we get ahead, right? Because they burst lightning this guy, they attack, we take one, they pump it. Like, I assume that's what the next couple turns are going to be. Nope. Plays their second spell each turn. Well, that's interesting to note. I'm going to make a copy. And... dang it. No, we're probably better off waiting. Alright. Thought I knew what I wanted to do, but I did not. This was a pretty slow hand for Kithkin, actually. Yeah, I assume there was a burn spell in there somewhere, so that doesn't surprise us. Question is there another? Yeah, Demonic Ruckus. That's real. Alright, I guess we just double block here. Yeah, this is what I was afraid of. With all this land, I was like, what are we going to do after that is the problem. Yeah, we just can't do anything with this. I mean, I guess we can give this +3/+3 and fight. I mean, we're not dead that way. I mean, that's something. It's not a great option, but, you know, keeps us in the game. I mean, they probably have something with haste, but whatever. We'd only be blocking with a 1/1 anyway. Yep. Got more? Nope, we're at 4. Do we just get Burst Lightning out next turn? Oh, Bolt Wave. Well, yeah, then we're definitely dead. Like, yep. Okay, let's keep it. I'm just going to take my damage up front. And we'll show them this guy. Or this Kithkin. I don't know. Male or female, really, now that I think about it. Yeah, I feel like I have so many opinions about this type of deck. I'm going to have a lot to discuss when we get to the end of the video. Block and get your mana, friend. Nope, they didn't even want to block. That's interesting. Ugh, firebending students. So now I have to decide, can they just do enough to kill us next turn? The answer might be yes. I think I'm going to do this, though, and go get a land. Hopefully a white land, if it's available. Well, that's all we could get. I guess that's what I wanted, because that would have sucked otherwise. Alright, let's see if we die next turn. Interesting. They're not even blocking and getting the treasure to use with their firebending student? No blocks. That's awkward. There's no, like... Oh, I guess they were assuming if we block it, they would have got it back. Okay, sure. A little bit of a weird thing, but yeah. And then we'll do this. Now we at least have a first striking blocker. And now you're kind of priced into blocking, right? At least one of them. I mean, I could have attacked with the 2-1 Kithkin, but it just gets blocked by Alessia, and the exact same thing happens, and we're just minus the creature. Okay, we're in good shape here. This is probably like the ideal Kithkin hand, though. We'll get all the 1s and 2s and be able to run them out there effectively. Yep, that'll do it. Yeah, this is tough because you have a deck that doesn't want to play a lot of mana to begin with, right? You're playing a bunch of 1s and 2s. Sometimes getting a thing into battlefield for free. I think we only get something into play once or twice with the Sentry that mattered, you know? So I mean, you still play it. It's a 2/2 first strike lifelink, and sometimes you get a free thing. You're going to get extra life off of it when you get to pump it with the lieutenant. So like that makes sense. This is just a tough one for me. Because I'm not a big fan of the Eclipse Realm. I think the Eclipse Realm is fine, but I do feel like there's going to be enough situations where you're like, I want to play a Johnny on 3, and I can't because of this land. You know, that's just going to be one of those things that happens sometimes. That's... If I were going to replace 2 lanes, it would probably be these. Even if it was just for another plains, probably. Realistically, like a plains and a forest, so I could at least search for a green source in some cases. But I don't think these need to be here, necessarily. I mean, you can tap them for colorless, but and the fact that you can't use this land to trigger Bridget. That actually cost us a game at one point. Because Bridget's ability is a triggered ability, not an activated ability. So you actually can't use this because it says specifically to cast a spell of the chosen type or activate an ability of the chosen type. So if it's a triggered ability, not activated ability, you can't use it. So for that alone, I think these need to be removed. And I would just put in a forest and a plains. Or even just 2 plains, realistically. Because what do we have? 8, 10... Or, yeah, just 10 things that need green. And we would still have 12, 15 green lands. I think I'd be willing to take a chance on that. So I'm just going to put in a forest. And a plains. Oh, plains already in there. Whatever. So that's probably where I would start there. Because I just feel like there's too many situations. Now, can this forest come us up every once in a while? Sure. But I'm willing to take that chance. Instead of just having a bunch of mana I can't spend on something. Beyond that, this card is really intriguing to me. Because you want the creature that pumps your stuff, right? That's good. And it has flash, so that counts for something. But at the same time, it is, like, it has flash, but you kind of want to play it on your turn. So, like, maybe after the opponent makes blockers or something, you might want to do it. But, I don't know. I'm still going to have to mess with this a bit more to figure out how I feel about it. But also, I say all this to say, I don't know if I would feel confident playing a deck like this that realistically has no chance at beating Reanimator decks and just stumbles if you don't get a super fast draw or your Planeswalker draw against the Lessons deck. So to that end, what I might consider is -1 Champion of the Klachan, or Klachan, however you say that. Probably, and this is where it gets tough. I mean, we have a lot of creatures in the deck though, right? Still 29, so we go to 28. And I know it's a little bit risky cutting one of the Eclipsed Kithkin. However, this does dig and get us another body, so it's probably the wrong one to be cutting here. But if our goal is to be aggressive, we kind of need all the other cards, right? And then I would play either Secrets of Metal Bending. Remove that. Is that what that is? Or whatever. Yeah, this. Origin of Metal Bending. Where you destroy an artifact or an enchantment, you can give something indestructible. I think that's reasonable, even if you're playing against sweepers or whatever. So and it gives you something against artifacts and enchantments. So like that's one reasonable option. However, if we also want to deal with graveyards, destroy artifact, exile, graveyard. I can't remember the name of it. I'll just put in all the words that should be in the text. There we go. Heritage Reclamation. This is the other option. So even if they're not a graveyard deck, you're like, cool, I'll just get rid of a thing in a graveyard and draw a card, right? So this still counts for something. So if I were going to play on the ladder, I might do that. Remove one Seam Rip. Yes, I know Seam Rip's good against all the whatever decks that we're running into. Actually, I guess we could just keep the Seam Rip and just play 60 cards. I could go to 61 and play Heritage Reclamation and not feel bad because it also replaces itself in some cases. But at least this gives you a couple of things you can do against Lessons and you can do against the graveyard decks. So if you want to go 61 and play an extra one, I think that would be reasonable here. And I don't think that's too unreal of a decision to make. But I feel like it just needs something because I can't imagine, like if we played against the graveyard decks, the Reanimator decks, 100 times in a row, I'd be surprised if you won more than 10. Like you're fast, but you're not that fast. And not only that, you could probably win those 10 if you had the fast draw and you're on the play and they don't have a removal spell. You know what I mean? That's a lot to ask to be able to win that. So these at least give you a couple outs. However, I personally like the idea of going to 61 cards and playing an additional one just to see and giving you an opportunity there. However, you are landlight already at 22, so there's some give and take. Beyond that, though, this was fine. I think this was totally playable. I think for it to get first place, it had to have run hotter than the sun, honestly. I think you can still rank up with this. I think you can do well with it. I don't know if I would play it particularly in a tournament without going heavy on the sideboard. And this does have a sideboard, right? This, it has Exercise, Rest in Peace. So things that are saying like, hey, we need to get rid of artifacts and enchantments. We need to deal with graveyards, right? There's a Vivian that also can deal with artifacts and enchantment. So kind of the sideboard is dedicated to the cause for the most part, which isn't a huge shocker. And it even has good stuff against other creature decks with like Winnowing and things like that in there. So I don't have a problem with this deck as a whole if you wanted to play it in tournament, but you'd be leaning on the sideboard hard for a big chunk of matchups. But yeah, Kithkin. It was fun. I'll say that. Will I play it a lot? Personally, probably not. I like other styles of Selesnya. For me, other with tokens and cages and things like that. But this is totally fine. If you're looking for something to play Kithkin, link will be over on Moxfield. You could download it, give it a shot for yourself. I think those changes do make a difference, though. But yeah, y'all let me know after you played it. Or does this look like the one you're already playing? But that's all of you for now. We'll see you next time.